Infidelity rarely starts with infidelity. Many times it starts with an energy shift. And the funny thing is that many people can notice it. You can tell when something has changed, but you keep justifying, maybe I'm just being paranoid, maybe I'm just being suspicious. But in this video, I'm going to be highlighting signs you can watch out for. These have been confirmed by psychologists and several research that when you see this manifesting, you can be sure that I'm not just being paranoid, but there's actually something going on. The first sign is lack of emotional presence. I know be saying for guys, what do you mean emotional presence for guys? Do guys even have emotions to start with? But here's what I mean. I'm talking about that feeling where you can tell that someone is here with you physically, but they are not here with you mentally, they are not here with emotionally. So you might be telling them things and they are not paying attention. Now, this is not as if the person has always been like that from the day you met. This is someone that's always been present. Like you can always feel their presence, their attention is with you. You notice a reduction in things that he would naturally initiate. Maybe before you say, let's go out on dates, let's do our plan together for the next 6 months. And all the intensity and attention that he would naturally give, you just begin that you notice that he begins to draw back on it. Even checking up on you, begin to check on you just the barest minimum. All the deep questions he will ask you to know more about your day, to know more about yourself, all of that is reducing. So for this first sign, what you can use to describe your relationship is emptiness. Like something is just empty. There's so much space, there's so much void. Something is missing. That is emotional presence that is missing. But by itself, it does not rule out that someone is cheating. It is coupled with this second one, digital secrecy. We live in a digital age. It is almost impossible for someone to cheat without using their phone. So they are going to communicate to the person, they are going to meet. Even if they have met already, they are going to have communication. Please, let's behave this way. Let's don't do this. And this will place a demand on them to begin to hide this aspect of their conversations from you. So this might result in them unnecessarily deleting chats, or they hide their password from you, or maybe access to devices that you had before. All of a sudden, you no longer have access to them, or they are limiting your access. They're giving you excuses. I'm using my phone, you cannot touch it now, you check it tomorrow. And it just keep going over and over and over again. And you can just notice that this is different. Like it seems this person is naturally hiding their phone from me. Now, I like to distinguish between secrecy and privacy, because many times people say I just want my privacy. But if it's privacy, it is consistent. It is across board. Okay, I want to have this to myself. But it is secrecy when it is selective, it is defensive. Like whenever you want to bring up a conversation about this, it is met with defensiveness. No, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to get your input and all of that. Why are you asking me about this? Like there's just so much defense attached to it. That is secrecy. That is no longer privacy. Privacy is something that I can talk about, but I'll prefer to have this to myself. The third sign of a cheating boyfriend is when there are inconsistencies in his routine. For someone you have known for so long, you know how their day typically goes. He wakes up in the morning, goes to work, from work, maybe he goes to a restaurant, hangs out with his friends, and gets back home. And when you ask him, how did your day go? He gives you a rundown. Okay, this is what I did today, what I did today. From this, I went to this and this and this and this. And he gives you, but all of a sudden, you begin to notice inconsistencies. Maybe there is a missing time. I went to work, then by 7 p.m., I was with my guys. So what happened from work? Work ended by 4. Between 4 and 7, they just seem to be that nothing happened. There's no account for that time. And you will not even get this by trying to probe or trying to police every single second of their day. It's just something that seem to be obvious that okay, it seems there is something in addition to digital secrecy that we're talking about. It seems there is something in your day that you are hiding from me. Like you don't want to talk so much about your day because it seems in talking about your day there are some details that you are leaving out that you will have to see. So you try to push the conversation about how their day went. So if you catch yourself constantly having to fill in the blank of their daily routine, then that means something is off. Another sign that looks like something good but is problematic is a sudden glow up. So someone who was not paying so much attention to his appearance, all of a sudden there's so much paying attention to his appearance. Now don't get me wrong, guys glow up as well. A guy can intentionally choose that he wants to improve his style and become more intentional about his look. But when you notice sudden change, especially when the change goes out of his usual style, new hairstyle, new scents, new fashion decisions that are not his usual style. That, you know, okay, probably this is even something I've tried to hint him towards wearing before, and he said he does not like it. All of a sudden, he's liking it. This can be one sign that he's cheating, and the reason why this is so is because guys will naturally put in more effort when they are trying to get a new girl. So if she's hinting that she likes some things over some things, he can go out of his way because there's new energy in order to get it. Now, another sign that cheaters show is financial secrecy. They begin to spend monies in ways that they do not want to express or do not want to tell you about. And if you ask them, they always respond with things like, it is my money, I can do whatever I want with it. But all of a sudden, his money is finishing faster than usual. Like money that used to last him for 1 month is ending in 2 weeks. This is most likely because he's spending that money on another girl. And because he's even putting measures in place to hide it from you, the cheating is going to be more expensive than it should be. Now, in all of this, one behavioral trait that you're going to notice across board is defensiveness. Cheaters are usually defensive. And this defensiveness does not come because you are accusing them, but even from normal conversations. Like, just ask them simple questions about wanting to know them more, and they get defensive. And the reason why they are afraid of it is because they're hiding the truth. And if they talk, if they continue to open up themselves and be honest with you, they are going to reveal some things that they do not want to reveal. So the only way to avoid all of this is just to avoid communication altogether, so they will not mistakenly say things that they do not want to say. But this behavior already gives a vibe that tells us that something is wrong. Cheaters are defensive. Now, if you see all or many of these signs manifesting, there's a very high chance you are dealing with a cheating partner. In some rare cases, it will be wrong. But even when it is wrong, a relationship where all of this exists is not healthy, where there's secrecy, where there's defensiveness, where there's no emotional connection. That's not even a healthy relationship. But usually it's not even about the health of the relationship, it's more because there is something they are hiding, they are cheating behind. So you might want to intentionally bring up the conversation, talk about it, like what and what and what and what is happening, and express your fears to them. Let's assume that you are one of the exceptions, that your partner can have all of this and not be cheating. It's still something you need to talk about. Tell them how these their behaviors are affecting you. Tell them how it is affecting your trust. Tell them how it's making you feel uncomfortable. And that is why this video is even focused on people who are still dating, not people who are married. Because now that you are still dating, you can still run for your life. You can still avoid the whole situation instead of getting into a marriage that is constantly dealing with infidelity. There's a lot of things one can check during the dating period. In this video, I talk about how to spot a narcissist from the very first date. Watch this video next.